Quiet on set. Picture is up. All right, roll sound.
Rolling.
Roll cameras.
Cam's rolling.
And 3, 2.
Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome to Hank's Think Tank. If you're sick of politics, so am I. We got some good stuff going on for you today. Today, we've got Mark Hogan on my left.
Howdy, everybody.
What's happening, man?
Just another day, but this is a special day because we are going to be taste testing craft beer with my expert friend from Wimberley, Mr. Rolan Ramos.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming out, man.
Good to have you aboard, Roland.
Thanks, Hank. Thanks, Mark. It's a pleasure to be here.
No.
This is a fun thing to do, and I've been putting it off a little bit. I'm really glad to
Finally making it happen.
Yeah.
Cool. Did you say craft beer?
Well, that depends on your interpretation. I'm not a big craft beer guy, but we're gonna wing it and go for it, and I'm gonna try to like this.
So this is a taste testing, not a chug-a-lug type thing, right?
Not a chug-a-lug.
We're not going to be doing
no.
the funnels and the girls and all that.
No, that's a different show. That's next week.
With the yards appearing. Well,
all right.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, so tell me what we got. I mean, it looks like we got a couple of samples there. It's maybe 15 beers or something.
I think it's 12. Is that right?
Yeah.
So we've got representatives from the Pale Ale, the Stout, IPA, and Wheat. Right. And Roland knows a whole lot more about it than I do. I was blown away at specs. I said, "Help, man! I can't figure this out." So we took care.
So
of it.
craft beers are made in the United States, right?
Well, craft beers are just made wherever, worldwide,
Okay.
and they're made by small breweries. So the definition of a craft beer is handmade,
Okay.
as opposed to the big giant companies that make your standard, whether it's domestically made or imported beer. But those are the bigger breweries that make thousands and hundreds of thousands of barrels of beer,
Right?
Per month, or sometimes, or certainly per year. But so craft ale, craft beer. So there's a difference. So you have beer, which is just brewed, essentially grains, to
Okay.
the point where it becomes alcoholic.
Yeah, and hops and all
fermented.
that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hops. Traditionally hops, barley, lots of different things, but even corn, and even rice can brew beer.
Can you make it out of pollen? Because I could set up at my house right now.
Well, yeah, but it tastes horrible.
It'd be the same color.
But yeah, it'd be green. Yeah, it'd be one horrible taste. So no, it has to be something that can ferment. All right. So usually that's grains.
Wow.
Just like with liquor, where the more you ferment it, the more powerful and it becomes liquor.
When I was young, I had a girlfriend that was kind of fermented.
I remember her.
Did you?
She threw a brick at us.
She did.
I just happened to be there.
Yeah, just one more brick in the wall, man. So anyway, so most people are
true
familiar.
story.
Broke my windshield.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, she was rough, man.
I'm not going to say her name.
Did you file a report on that?
I filed a report over it. Almost got arrested over that. So.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So anyway, so the difference between beer and what we're going to be doing today is tasting ales or stronger beers is the alcohol content. The alcohol, the ABV, which is above, what does it stand for? Alcohol by volume, I suppose.
Okay.
So 100% volume in a beer is what is it standard? 12 ounces. So if it's 5% or higher alcohol, then it gets pretty strong,
Yeah.
Beers range from 4.9 or under 5% for domestic beers like Budweiser and things like that to, Miller High Life. The standard taste neutral.
I was going to say, what the hell is this doing here in the group?
Well, it is a lager style beer. They call it Miller High Life the champagne of beers. Well, that was their
When it's time to relax.
Yeah,
Yes,
they need to retaste that shit.
Yes, yeah. So low life. No, sorry, we didn't mean that, Miller. So no, it's a good beer. It's a good standard American beer, as opposed to say Budweiser, which is a lager.
Okay.
A lager is a style of beer, and I have notes here. The lager basically is beer which has been brewed and conditioned at low temperature. They can be pale, amber, or dark. It's the most widely consumed commercially available style of beer.
Cool.
So compared to that, we move to ales, which essentially is stronger. Most American tastes and most people who drink, the lagers we just described, wouldn't like ales. They would think it's ooh, and they call it chewy or whatever, or grassy, and that has to do with the hops, the bitterness. But it's what gives it character. And there's much more character in an ale than there is in beer. And if you open a Budweiser or Miller High Life and leave it on the counter, it doesn't really improve as it warms up. With ales, they technically can improve the flavor.
Well,
as
don't
they
a lot of
warm
the
up.
countries like in UK drink it warm anyway?
Exactly. Right out of the
I'm
tap.
serious.
I want you to know that all of these beers right here just came out of the ice chest, and they are CLOD cold.
That's right, baby. So
Claude.
we start
CLOD.
yeah, there.
This is the guy that runs the show here.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
He runs it for a reason. So I think we ought to just go whenever you guys are ready.
Let's do it, man. Pop one open.
We're
Yeah.
going to write these down and grade them 1 to 10.
Yeah,
For
so-
what that's worth.
Well, let me mention what we're doing here. We're going to basically, it's just a taste. So it's
Okay.
the tip of the iceberg. We could spend all day long, every day for a month to go over all the beer and ale styles that there are. So we're going to limit it today to comparing sometimes imported, which would be the original kind of beers or ales, with the American more craft. And the craft movement in America is really what started it all.
Right.
And it's brought a lot more attention. There's way more beers now and ales than there ever was before. So we're going to start with an American pale ale, and we have 2 examples of that.
Okay.
And then we're going to move to American style IPA, which is India Pale Ale. And India Pale Ale just refers to, it was originally a British concoction. They brewed India Pale Ale to send to their soldiers on the Indian front. Colonial
India. Yeah.
So we're going to taste these with we're not going to use a B44 flame spectrum analyzer.
No,
or
sir.
nothing.
No,
Okay.
sir. We won't use them. We won't use.
Why did I pack that thing all the way up here then?
Yeah, it's because it's gas powered. It makes too much noise,
Yeah.
so we're not going to use it in here.
Yeah.
And then we're going to move to Scottish style, which is a distinct style. We have
we should have brought kilts.
Yeah, we should. Well, I'm wearing mine. Okay, I'm going commando with my kilt on. You can't tell, but that's just. And then we're going to go with a hazy style India Pale Ale, which just means there's more sediment in it.
It's not
Some
finished
dirt.
yet. Is that it?
It's not.
They're not done yet.
It's
with
not,
it.
as far as they didn't run it through a sieve. Okay.
Damn.
And then we're going to go with a style called Hefeweizen or Heffa or wheat beer, and it's got heavier on the wheat in the brewing process in the grain, which does make it have more sediment and color. And then we're going to move to the darkest beer style of all, which is stout. And so we're going to do a imported stout, which would be the original style stout, which is Irish, I believe. And then we're going to go to an American style stout and see how they compare.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's do
Let's
it.
knock it out.
So start with the pale ale. What
Pop
we got
one open.
first?
So we're going to start with an American pale ale. And we're going to start
Is that
with
Swifty?
Swifty.
I had an uncle that used to call me Swifty, but I don't think it was a nice.
Wasn't a compliment.
It wasn't a
Okay.
nice nickname.
You weren't either fast or smart, right?
You coming, Swifty? Come on.
What are you waiting for?
And we have these little cups that we're going to pour this stuff into.
Yes.
And yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be good.
There you go.
So we're just going to do tastes. We don't want to get too smashed or the whole idea is out
He
the
hasn't
window.
been around here.
It won't matter because it's like no, I haven't. It's my first time. I'm a virgin to what do you like to call it?
We're smashed
Castle Vat,
already.
or yeah,
The Castle Vat.
So the Castle. So we're going to start with a Swifty, which is made by Real Ale Brewing.
Yeah,
in
hold it up
Blanco,
for the camera
Texas.
so they can see it.
Swifty.
Swifty, APA.
APA. It's made by Real Ale Brewing out of Blanco, Texas. Or
Blanco.
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 What's the
Blanco,
what's the
Texas.
alcohol on that?
And the alcohol volume is 5.2% alcohol by volume.
God.
In 12 ounces. Well, that's okay. That's just a little stronger than Budweiser. 5.2. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna open it up.
When you get done, pass it over here. That'd be
All
easier
right,
for me.
I'll do that. I'll take mine. Do a
Wow.
sample.
I guess
5%.
the third guy could just take a swig out of the can.
Man.
You could. I'm gonna do half on this one, and to pass that over to you guys. Half a cup of each. We got 2 pale ale styles.
Good enough?
Yeah.
This one,
Is there any sort of thing I'm supposed to like? Is it like wine? Do you you know, you move it to the back of your palate and the front again and all that kind of stuff. You're supposed to smell it.
Not
Look
so
for legs.
You can no legs, but you can smell it because you get the overall fruitiness of the grains, and
Yeah.
then you just throw it back, knock it back. I put it in my mouth and swirl it. So then we're going to also weigh the Swifty APA made by Brewing against the standard by which all pale ales should be measured, and this is Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, brewed in Chico, California originally.
Dude, it smells like cleanser.
Well, you know,
Doesn't
it does clean your palate.
Have you tried it yet?
You can
No, I haven't tried it yet.
So it's only 5.2%, whereas the Swifty, whereas Sierra Nevada Pale Ale is over 6%, 6.5.
That's for them enough too, man.
So here's
What do you think?
so
It's good.
Here's what you ought to do, guys. Let's pour this. Let's pour that. Test cups, and you put them next to each other.
Okay.
So here you go. Pass it over to you. I already did.
Maybe that was the wrong one to start with.
Well, the Swifty. Is that what you did?
Yeah, whichever one was the first one.
Okay.
See, you can't see here, but you might be
I
able
was
to.
gonna give you a
The
fresh cup.
Swifty Pale Ale
Fresh
is
cup.
Oh, okay. First
is
cup.
lighter in color, more of a golden color, whereas the Sierra Nevada.
So this one smells better.
The Sierra Nevada, it's got a fruitier smell.
Yeah,
to
it
it.
doesn't
It's a
smell
little
so
bit
cleanser.
darker too. I noticed.
Again, yeah, that's what I just said. So again, the and it's higher in alcohol volume by a little bit, 6.2 or 3.
6.2.
I'm
So
going
gonna-
with the Swifty first.
So I'm going to try the Swifty. Let's
Here.
try that. Cheers. Well, I think it's pretty good. It's light on the palate. It kind of got a flatness compared to what I'm expecting in a pale ale, and I'm about to
Sort of creamy. Yeah,
kind of blondie,
it is. Yeah,
which is another beer style.
it's
another
got
ale
a
style.
it's got a bite, but not a real bad bite like I've had in
No.
some of these craft beers.
I just, you know, I'm just not a beer guy.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
but
you know.
but I'm going with it. You know.
Real kind of effervescent, bubbly. I
There you
guess.
go. Yeah.
Well, Mark,
It
they're-
had
Don't
that.
ask me to spell that.
They're all bubbly, Mark. They're all that's carbonization.
B-
So there's a
BB.
pattern here.
Do you want to describe carbonization to the audience, Mark? Because
Yeah, carbonization. That's where you have
I
all
can
the
actually
carbon
describe
bubbles.
that. It's where CO2 is dissolved
Carbonation.
into a liquid at
Carbonation.
14.69 pounds per square inch.
Well, I was fixing to say
folks, if you were wondering, Hank just defined
Hey,
it. You know, it
I know-
just, you know,
I
it's-
just my
it's
mind is
possible.
filled with all sorts of useless knowledge.
that. He's a trivia machine.
There you go.
Well, the next one we're going to shake up and then open it in front
So-
of you.
and-
Towards me?
Yeah,
Okay,
and
thanks.
We'll
So
have a
what's the second
carbonization
one?
to
So the second one in that category of American Pale Ale is, again, the standard.
Sierra Nevada.
Sierra Nevada.
Sierra Nevada, yeah. Yeah, I'm
You
gonna try
smell
that
it.
out.
You got more fruit flavor in it. It's going to be a heavier, fuller,
It's not as bad as the first one.
not as bad. I think it's excellent. Again, yeah, but you hit it right on. It doesn't have that weird kind of flat thing.
That pungent taste.
Yeah.
of the
It's
first
it's
one, but
not
it's-
as sour.
Yeah.
It's
full.
a little bitter, but it's not.
Yeah,
you know,
bitter.
Well,
See,
it's
that
all-
first one hits you hard, man. It's
Right.
bitter.
The
Yeah.
bitterness.
Yeah.
So bitterness comes
Yeah.
from the hops. You know.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
So what do y'all grade those 1 to 10?
I would say the Swifty for me is probably, I'll be generous and say that 1 to 10 that it's a 4 for me.
4.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is generous.
3 to 4.
I'm giving the Swifty a 2.65.
2.65.
Yeah.
Like 2.7 would be just a little too overboard.
It really
Yeah.
would.
Are you being generous?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, the first one out of the gate, and next to the Sierra Nevada, I'm gonna give it a 3 for
Okay.
what it's trying to do.
Right.
You know,
Well, I went a little generous because it does appeal to a lot of people, kind of like that taste, but compared to Sierra Nevada. So Sierra Nevada, in this case, if you want to go ahead and grade
I give that a 6.
Okay, so I'm going to give that for pale ales, I'll give that a 10.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
or a 9.5. Because what else is there to compare it to? It's the standard. You know?
Sierra
It really
Nevada.
is. So, and it's delicious.
All right, you're going to have to hit me with the Sierra Nevada again because
Here you go,
I haven't
Mark.
made a decision.
Okay.
Here, I'll just go with the cup I have.
Yeah.
Hey, you need a cracker?
I could use one. Use a cracker. So again, the Sierra Nevada. So let's talk about drinkability, if you will. It's a made-up word.
Okay, cool.
But so if you're just going to drink a beer and knock one back, what are you going to have? If you just want to have a beer,
I'm going to have a Dos Equis or something like that.
Yeah, that's my thing.
okay.
Dos Equis Modelo, I like the Mexican
And it's probably
beers.
because the taste doesn't throw you. You can just drink one after
Right
the
on.
other. Drinkability. A lot of these ales aren't going to be something that you would want to drink all day, and so
Right.
But we're testing them just to see. So if you just drink a little cup of it, it's like, oh, that's not bad. Drink a whole bottle, and you might go, well, I don't
You
know.
okay?
Yeah.
All right. Have you come to a conclusion? Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
1 through 10.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to give it like a 6. And the only reason why I'm not going any farther than that is because I'm not a beer guy.
Right.
I mean, to me, I've never really tasted any beer that I thought, ooh, that's good.
Really?
Beer just don't taste good.
What's your standard go-to drink
Coke.
for a hot day? You're gonna have a Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, probably so.
All right.
What's
Now,
your-
now, if it's really hot outside, I've been mowing or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can toss back a Dos Equis or what's the other one, the gold one?
The
Modelo?
Corona.
Corona.
Corona?
Yeah, Corona. I can
don't
drink
like
that.
Corona.
Corona
So, I mean,
and Modelo about
Yeah.
similar.
No.
And those are live.
But I've
Don't be
never,
dogging my Modelo
But to be
like-
honest with you, I've never drank a beer and thought to myself, "Damn, that was good."
Really?
I just didn't.
I have.
Okay.
Have you really?
My first beer.
Well,
You
we're-
remember your first beer? My first beer was a Schlitz in a can.
Oh man, but really cold, right?
Yeah, I found it in the
Yeah.
fridge. My folks weren't home. I was 12 years old.
Okay.
I drank that. It was the best thing I ever.
Remember-
better than chocolate milk.
Remember Mickey's Big Mouth? beer?
I
Me
like
and you
those
used to
too.
buy that.
Those
yeah.
were like a ale kind of thing.
Well, yeah,
But
because
we
in the
remember
beginning,
when we used to throw the bottles and you make them spin. And they woo! And
Yeah.
made that sound. That was too cool.
They made a sound when they landed too.
yeah. Well, in the beginning, they called things that they now call ale malt liquor.
Yeah, see, malt liquor.
'cause
That's
there's
what it was,
There's a
yeah.
higher alcohol volume than
Yeah.
regular beer, which is around 5%. So Mickey's Big Mouth might be 6,
Yeah.
or a little bit more. Which is, for some reason, that is a big difference in terms of the alcohol, how it affects you.
Yeah.
Now, with most of these ales, it's not so much about the alcohol, percentage to get you drunk. It's more about the taste. It's part of the taste.
Yeah.
So if Sierra Nevada, for example, they made it 5%, it happens to be 6.5% because that's the end result of what they're doing.
Yeah, the Sierra Nevada is
wanted
way
to-
better than the Spankies
Much
or whatever
better.
it was. It was the front one.
Spanky's.
What was it?
Spanky's American Pale Ale. No, it's Swifty.
They make Spankies with alfalfa, right?
Yeah. Now,
Oh,
that's excellent. Yeah, very good,
Nasty.
Mark. So now let's try.
Yeah.
Let's go to a India Pale Ale, which again, they originally made it like to travel
And so this
on
is
trains.
from India?
No,
Okay.
it was the style is British. Okay, that's what they invented India Pale Ale because they were sending it to the soldiers in
They
India.
had to do something weird to it to make it travel, right?
Yeah, on trains. So
Wow.
they just put a lot of hops in it.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
And then it would by the time it got there, then it was finished.
How many of those do we have?
We have 2 American style IPAs. They're American IPAs, I should say. We have one which is really, really excellent. And it's a 60-minute IPA, which means they put the hops in there. I'm going to screw this up, and we're going to get phone calls about this, but
It'd be the first time.
it's about how long that it hopped, that you put the hops in the top thing, whatever, fermented.
Yeah.
And it was for an hour. This is, by the way, Dogfish Head.
I've heard of that.
And Dogfish Head is
Sounds excellent.
and I'm trying to read. I can't read where it's from right now, but I used to know. I think probably California somewhere. But Dogfish. Oh, here, thank you, Mark. Here, let me do that because we got to do this correctly, guys.
He's spawning an external viewer.
Yes. Dogfish Head craft beer, Milton, Delaware.
It'll scare me like that. He's spawning.
I was completely wrong. That's made in Delaware. That's what it says. Okay, so here you go. So
Delaware.
yeah, so Delaware. So this is Dogfish Head IPA, 60-minute IPA. We're going to compare that to St. Arnold from Houston, Texas.
St. Arnold's. Now,
They're-
I've had
yeah.
that before.
Art Car.
Yeah,
India
there we
Pale
go.
Ale.
I
They're
can
Art
do
Car.
St.
So the
Arnold.
2 American.
Yeah, we just have
IPAs.
American stouts. Yeah, open that.
I'm really excited, Chris, about drinking St. Arnold's.
Chris, I knew a guy, I don't know if he still works for them, but a guy named Frank Mancuso. He used to work for St. Arnold's. So I'm going to do, there's the
The name
Dogfish
rings a
Head.
bell.
Now he's got a Harley place. Is that
Pass this over there. Yeah, I think so.
right? All right. This is your Dogfish Head.
Dogfish
Hickey.
Head.
You ready?
Yeah.
And we're going to compare that directly to St. Arnold's, again. Art Car IPA.
See the St. Arnold's. I can do that. Right on. Mm-hmm.
So there's this. There's the.
So Dogfish Head and St. Arnold.
Do we show the can, Mark? The Dogfish Head? Did we show that
Do it again.
to the audience? Dogfish Head,
Dogfish
60-minute IPA. They have a 90-minute. They have a 120-minute IPA, Dogfish Head. Again, it's weird. So, okay, so, let's see if I got this right.
Don't get them mixed up.
No, trying not
St.
to. So
Arnold's.
Dogfish Head's the first one.
And that's just the regular St. Arnold's?
No, it's St. Arnold's makes many different beer styles.
Right.
This one is their IPA.
Okay.
They might make more than one IPA. This is their Art Car IPA. So first we're going to do the
St.
Dogfish
Arnold's.
Head. Dogfish Head.
All right, Dogfish Head.
Dogfish. Careful how you say that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't step in that dogfish.
Oh man, the fruitiness, it's delicious. Flour, I get that floral. Hank's over here having a horrible time, a challenging time, I'll say. But this is
It's delicious.
it really is, folks. Well, it's an acquired taste, anything. But the more that you acquire the taste, the more you can tell the difference. So that's the Dogfish Head.
Ooh, man.
That's enough of that.
I think Dogfish Head is, for me, in that style.
Wow.
I'm going to give that a. Again, you got to compare them to make the judgment. I'm going to give that. I'm going to give the Dogfish. Hank's going. I know why they call it Dogfish. I'm going to give that. I'll get that a 6.
Okay.
Now, can I change it? 7. I want to call it a 7. Thank you.
You get one change.
Okay.
All right, you made it. I'm going to give that at like a 2
But what
because I know I'm not the expert on this stuff, but that just tastes like hell to me. That came out of the bottom of a lake or something.
Oh, Dogfish Head.
Not even the top of the lake. They went way down deep by the mud to get that.
I like it.
Okay.
I think so.
I'm sure it's an example of what they're trying to do.
I would also like to score it.
Okay, yes, sir. And what would you say?
I'd like to give it a -1.
A -1.
And they'll be receiving a very strongly worded letter.
So my question to you guys is, how are you comparing that? To give it a 1 through 5 rating, what are you comparing it to? If
Do
you
I
have
like? Well, mainly, do I like it or not? And could I drink it if someone said
drinkability? Okay.
Yeah, and I would avoid. I'd say no. Give me a Coke, or a bottle of that lake water would be just fine.
Lake water. So yeah, lake water, but doesn't even have fizz. But it would win out over this.
If I had to remove a stain or something.
Well, it's not that.
It doesn't even smell good. I mean, it really, really doesn't. I smell it.
Well, I did smell it. It smells
Damn.
kind of floral to me.
Okay, can we?
Yeah, I think it's over 6%.
You know how roses get when you crush roses? They don't smell like roses anymore. They just smell like a concentrate of what the rose used to smell like.
Right.
That's what this smells like, is a concentrate of what something, whatever
You
it
think
was.
if they diluted it, it would be better?
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's above 6%, but I can't exactly read that.
Yeah.
So I think it's
Yeah, if they went, I don't
at
know,
the bottom.
3 or 4 parts per million, yeah, it'd be all right.
12.6?
Is
No
that
way.
where's the put your glasses on? Make sure.
That's wine.
Well, it could be barley wine, which would be beer compared to wine.
12 fluid ounces.
Thank you. Thanks, Mark.
6% alcohol
6%.
by
Okay.
volume.
So that's like with the Sierra Nevada a pale. So that's
These really come in handy.
Yeah, it must.
yeah. So, and we're comparing that with the St. Arnold's. So let's try the St. Arnold's. St. Arnold's 7%.
Okay, and I score that higher. I'm giving the St. Arnold.
Wait,
Let me try it again.
did I do that right? When you have old guys that can't, 7.1%.
Man, that's got a real.
Well,
It
it's
tastes
more,
like bad NyQuil. Carbonated NyQuil.
That hurts my feelings.
oh, that's delicious, you guys. It really is. Oh, I'm not hating on St. Arnold.
Man, I give it a 2.5 because it's barely better than
Oh,
the
God,
Dogfish
man.
Head.
What
man.
did I say for Dogfish Head? 7?
You want to clear your palate with it?
No, I'm going to go 0 because that'll neutralize it. And, because since I went
water.
-1 on the last one, I'll go 0 for the St. Arnold.
But that's still
Sorry,
average.
dude, that St. Arnold's wasn't any better than the whatever that other one was, Dogfish.
Dogfish Head.
A big 0 for Hank.
Well, folks, I disagree with these guys, but I've had more experience tasting these kind of beers, so maybe that's
That's gotta be it.
That's
Yeah.
the difference.
What do you think?
I think the Art Car is excellent for an IPA, and I'm going to sound effects by Hank Fat. I'm gonna give that a four. These I'm gonna give it an 8.
You really like that, do you?
I think I like that more than the Dogfish Head.
I mean, I'm
The-
talking
Oh,
about.
I
him with
liked
the
it
sound
more
effect.
than the Dogfish Head, but
Dogfish-
but both of them
And
were
8.
awful.
I'll give it an 8. Yes, sir. And well, the Dogfish Head is renowned, and to me, just tasting it now, I don't like it as much. Granted, that is their 60-minute IPA.
Well, that's side by side with a guy who knows what he's talking
And
about.
yeah, and here's
Well-
the thing. I can see how
I'm good.
if you were sipping this, like
Drinkability.
yeah, if you just sat and sipped it
Yeah.
after a few,
It's not too
5
bad.
or 10, it'd start to be all right.
Yeah.
as long as you can maintain its temperature.
Yeah,
Then I
and
think if
we're-
it got warm, it'd be really bad.
And if guzzling
But-
that, drinking like a drink, is different than
yeah, I don't think
sipping
you'd be
it.
able to do that.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
But yeah, you could sip it.
yeah, well,
You
it's,
know, and are these are craft beers? Are they sipping beers maybe instead of just
Well,
blah, 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 blah.
yes and no. I mean, for people that haven't developed their taste or been exposed to these kinds of beers,
Yeah.
it's gonna taste better if you just do a sample.
Yeah.
But
That's the first time I
drinkability-
think I've ever drinking craft beer, actually.
Really?
Is that right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've only drank like regular beers.
Anyway, that's good. So let's move on to the
That's-
next flavor.
That's what it is. I don't
We're
know
going to
what
stick with the
I don't know
IPA,
what
but
it is.
these are going to be the imported ones.
No, I believe. Well, okay. So IPA, within the IPA category, there are different styles.
Yeah.
You can have a wheat IPA. They mix them, and sometimes they just do that for the name. The next one we're gonna try, which is completely different, is that way we won't bleed over into a hazy IPA, which we're gonna do in a minute. First, we're going to interrupt that flavor profile with a Scotch style ale. Scotch
Now
style.
we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Those people know how to drink.
Yeah.
So again,
They also eat haggis.
I'm not wearing
Haggis
pants. So yeah,
Big guts.
well, you gotta wash the haggis down with something decent.
I'm sure.
So this is Oscar Blues Brewing. Oscar Blues Brewing. I think it's.
Oscar Blues?
Can you read? I think it's Austin, Texas.
No.
Austin?
Really?
Oscar
I
Blues.
thought we were in
Brewery.
Scotland.
No. We're doing an American style Scotch ale.
Oscar Blues Brewery, Old Chub, Scotch Ale.
Down at the very
and-
bottom. Tiny lettering.
They don't want to say where they brew
Down at the
this.
very bottom of the can. Tiny letters.
It may be on the side.
Okay.
Well, that says
If
8% alcohol.
you're-
Wow.
We haven't
12
opened that
fluid
yet.
ounces. It doesn't say where. It's going to be on the side here.
Open that one.
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas.
So Oscar Blues Brewery out of Austin, Texas. This is their Old Chub Scotch style ale. I wanted to try to find, but we didn't. We weren't able to find an actual Scotch ale from Scotland. But we're going to compare two American Scotch ale styles.
Okay.
So I believe.
So what's this one here we got?
Well, wait a minute.
This
That's Belhaven. That might be actually from Scotland. What does it say right there in the white letters right here, Mark?
From
Draft
Scotland.
brewed imported from Dunbar, Scotland.
I stand corrected.
There we go.
are going to be able to compare the actual Scotch ale from Scotland, which is in this case is Belhaven Brewing. They're probably around since the 1700s, to an American style Scotch ale by Oscar Blues out of Austin.
First one's Belhaven. Oh, that's dark.
Ooh, they are. Yeah, it's a darker thing. Whoa.
Damn inferior cups.
At least it smells like regular old beer almost.
Really?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
it's not so bad.
because it's heavier.
Doesn't have a cleanser.
Aye, from the Mull of Belhaven.
The mull of mull.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to do these one at a time so I don't get mixed up.
Which you want to try the Belhaven first?
do the Belhaven.
This would be a
Belhaven.
standard because it's an actual Scottish ale.
And these guys ought to know what they're doing.
Cheers. Slange. Slange. Whoa. Got little bit of a horse's hoof, kind of a.
He's saying it tastes like feet.
Hooves. There's
Yeah,
a difference.
it's
There's a
sort of
That's a real Scotch ale.
sort of slippery.
So it's got a kind of a
It's
cooked.
flat.
Oh well, I
does
taste
think-
in the flavor profile. I get like a nutty kind of almost cooked because it's been kind
Yeah,
of
it's
smoked.
almost caramely. That ain't
Smoky.
bad. I could drink that.
It's
Yeah.
smoky.
See, I can drink it too. I didn't make
It
a
was
face.
nutty.
It's the first one I drank.
And
so
they
far, I
describe
didn't
it
make a face.
as,
I like
as
that. I could,
rich, nutty, smooth, and it certainly is.
Sure, man. I give that a 7. And that's the highest yet.
And that is, gosh, I should do this before I open them so I don't spill it all over the place. I don't have Mark's Superman. This is 5.2%. It's 5.2% alcohol by volume. Pretty good. Really good. So that's going to set the standard for Scotch ale, as far as I'm concerned. Being actually from the Highlands, the beer. I have Scottish roots, by the
I
way.
give that a 7.
Really?
Yeah. On my mom's side.
Hey, I'm Irish and American Indian, so drink up, buddies.
So we're Gordon clan from Scotland on my mom's side. So let's try now. This is the Old Chub. Oh, I guess we got to rate that.
I give it a 7.
You can tell I've been drinking. The Scottish ale. I'm going to give that.
What's this? The chub?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But we got first. You got to rate your Bellhaven. So I'm going to give it. You gave it a what, Mark?
I give it a 7.
For Scotch ales, I have to give that higher because I'm going to call it a standard. So I'm going to give it a 9.
Okay.
Good, smoky, decent.
I think everybody knows to go by your recommendation.
Yeah.
at this point.
Well, I mean, you know.
He's even got the terminology and everything.
Yeah.
That's delicious. Okay, so this is the Oscar Blues Old Chub.
Oscar Blues
Can you
Old
s-
Chub.
Can you see the alcohol by volume? It's right below the right below that.
That's the one that's 8%.
Wow,
8%.
8% alcohol by volume.
Real dark and frothy.
Never mind.
Make sure to smell it before you drink it, bro.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. You still have to drink it. Okay, so you can see
It's
the
almost
similarity.
sweet.
There's a sweetness to it,
Yeah.
but they got that smoky profile too.
At least it's not flat. The other one is flat.
Well, maybe you just didn't get the foam.
Hey, I like that stuff.
So you like Old Chub better than Bellhaven?
I don't know. They're pretty close.
To me,
I'm going to go with the Bellhaven a little bit more.
Because I would agree. I think Bellhaven's standard, and then the Old Chub's a little flatter.
You know,
Yeah.
for an
So-
old Dos Equis drinker, I like that all right.
All right, so I gave Bellhaven a 9, I think.
It's dark just because you guys can't see it. It's as dark as weak coffee.
Kind of syrupy.
Yeah, it's got about the same color as syrup.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a dark blend.
I don't personally think that the Old Chub's as good as Bellhaven, so for my taste.
So I'll
again,
go 6.5. I give the Bellhaven a 7, so it's a little under that.
I'll give it a 6. 6.
What was your Bellhaven score? I didn't write it down.
I thought it was a 9
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was way up there.
because I want to get again. It's a standard for me. That's the way I'm grading it.
I wasn't waving at you. What's your score, man? What do you think?
Wink at
Another
me.
It's
negative?
a 4.
A 4?
Yeah,
Oh.
I'll go with a 4
All right.
for the last one we just did.
Okay, what about the other one? You like the other one a little better than that. So now you've boxed yourself in. It's got to be more than a 4.
A 4.2.
4.2. All right.
All right. I like
God, I hope they start getting better.
the Scottish ales. Okay, so now let's try in the category of hazy,
Hazy category.
which just means that there's, you can see the sediment in it. It's not
Ugh.
totally clear.
Why
I know,
would there be
I know.
sediment in something you drink?
Well, because they haven't filtered it out. Part of the flavor profile.
They save a lot of money by not filtering
Well,
it out.
it's part of it's chewier, but it's
Chewier.
Yeah, it's chewier. It's part of the flavor profile.
You have something to drink and lunch all at the same time.
So we're going to compare a Firestone Mind Haze IPA. Firestone Walker Brewing Company is
Wow.
out of
They make tires.
Firestone. That's right. Well, so see, it was a natural progression.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't.
Their
tell you
tires
where
don't
they're
taste
from.
good either.
I apologize. We didn't write down where these are from. We'll revisit this later. But it's Firestone Brewing, Firestone Walker Brewing, pardon me. And this is their Mind Haze IPA, which is 6.2% alcohol by volume. And their slogan here is "Beer Before Glory, Hazy India Pale Ale."
I
So
don't know
it's
about you, but I'm gonna have a beer.
Pour some of that here.
no, yeah. So, folks, they are neutralizing their profile with Miller High Life.
Right on. Pour some of that right there.
Okay.
There you go.
The standard by which all beers should not
Oh,
be
look
measured.
at there. You can see through it and everything.
All right.
So that is the Mind Haze IPA, which we're going to compare.
Man, is my nose broken or something? Because this stinks too. This doesn't smell good.
You gotta,
You
Maybe it's
damaged
these
yourself
cups.
with all that.
you need a rose to neutralize your smelling, somehow your sense of smell. So we're going to compare the Mind Haze Firestone IPA, Firestone Mind Haze IPA, with the Sierra Nevada Hazy Little Thing IPA. Same company that makes the standard by which all pale ales shall be measured.
Firestone in here.
Out of Chico, California. And this one is
At the Firestone plant.
No. We moved on to Sierra Nevada.
Okay.
So that's Chico, California. And this one is 6.7%.
I'm just gonna drink. I'm not gonna smell it. I'm just gonna drink it.
The
I
Firestone?
think. I think the smelling is what's blowing me here.
I think so. Just
Yeah.
knock it back.
That's a cool can. Mind
And
Haze.
what's
I
that?
like
The
Firestone.
Mind Haze by Firestone.
Yeah.
Firestone Walker. Yes. And this is,
Nope. Hell no.
so I got Mind Haze
Let's do this first.
with
First.
Hazy Little Thing IPA by Sierra Nevada. Okay, so let's try the Firestone.
Menthol.
Kind of medicine-y.
Yeah, like
Medicine-y?
Placidils.
Medicine-y.
It tastes like freaking Placidil.
Well, you might know. I have no perspective on that. Wow.
You know that gray
wasn't
water
bad.
that comes out of your washing machine?
Yeah.
Brackish. Yeah.
Brackish.
Yeah.
Brackish.
I think I see a string in that.
Mind Haze IPA. And folks, this is purely, with the perspective of first-time ale tasters, I think in this case. So you got to take it, keep that
Oh,
in
we're
perspective.
back way down in the
Yeah,
water.
we're
I'm going
going
to give the
backwards.
Mind Haze, I'll give the Mind Haze a 5. I'm not a hazy IPA guy, a hazy beer guy.
That's not finished being what it's supposed to be.
No, see, that's what it is. It's
Well-
not done yet.
Well, they think it is, okay? And that's why they put it out like that. That's how they want it. They intend it to taste like.
That probably won a lot of awards from little
Maybe.
bun-headed hipsters.
I
somewhere.
have a feeling that the Sierra Nevada hazy IPA is going to be better.
I hope so.
So wait. So were we finished grading the Mind Haze?
We're waiting on Hank on the
2.
a 2 for
Yeah.
Hank. Okay, yeah, here we
What
go.
did I give it? What did I give them?
He's
Mind
a
Haze?
5.
4, a 5, yeah.
So, does Hank have his
I'm ready.
hazy IPA?
Hazy.
Hazy little thing,
Hazy little thing.
which is again,
Hazy
Sierra
little
Nevada.
thing called IPA.
Hazy little thing called.
I'm not gonna
beer.
smell it.
You're not?
No,
Just
I'm not
gonna
gonna.
knock it
Because
back.
if I smell it, it destroys
It
it.
changes it for you.
Hey, if you hurl, look that way.
Yeah, hurl the other direction.
Icky.
All right.
Hazy little thing.
Yeah.
You can't. Too bad we don't have clear.
I don't know if it makes a difference that we're tasting a lot of these that are canned beers, as opposed to the few that are in bottles.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
It
Some of them they
might-
don't make them in bottles.
Yeah, that's correct. So we had to go with what we could.
It's starting to
and
make
just
my
get
jaw
singles.
hurt.
He's got lockjaw.
Probably so.
Tetanus.
All right, 6.7%.
Yeah.
Well-
it's just too bubbly. It's soapy.
Too bubbly.
Soapy. That's the word I've been looking
Soapy
for.
might work for you guys. All right, so as far as I feel, here, Mark, you talk. Go ahead. Say, what do you think?
What do I think? I think it's so frothy and bubbly that it's soapy. And the only bad thing about that is it doesn't cover up the taste. No way, man.
So you feel like you had your mouth washed out with soap?
Yeah, and it won't come out of there. So here you go, buddy.
All right. He's got his neutralizer there. I think that compared to the Mind Haze, it's excellent. The Sierra Nevada, that is, hazy little thing IPA. And again, it's from my favorite brewery, Sierra Nevada. And I'm just going to have to say that if I gave Mind Haze... Are you finished, sir, with your grading?
3. Go ahead.
For hazy beer, which again, I'm not a big fan of, but I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be objective here. I'm going to give that a 9. Again, I'm trying to grade it within the category.
Sure.
And so compared to Mind Haze IPA, this is much better for me. So I'm going to give it a 9.
You got it.
Wow.
Hank?
1?
One.
1 from Hank. I gave it a 3. I could drink it if I had to be polite with somebody.
Man, I'm going to drink that one.
You could?
Later,
See, I
folks,
couldn't.
I'll be drinking these. All right.
It would take all day
Yeah.
to finish a can, and I'd probably be sorry for it. But okay,
All right. So now, how much time do we have? Are we good?
we're down to the last 3.5 hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
Straight.
Well, we can keep stretching it. We can keep talking about the flavor profile of those two, or we can move on. It's up to you guys. We're going to get to a point where we're going to have to start repeating.
Well, they are open and cold. It's
That's
a
right.
shame just to.
That's right.
All right.
I might start.
Continue forth, I guess.
Yeah, I might start over. At the other. You mean fifth? We're going to the fifth choice here. Next
What we got?
we have Hefeweizen, which is essentially wheat beer. It's German. It's a German style,
Made by heifers.
and it's and this one is it says it's the world's oldest brewery.
Chicken
It's-
fried.
It's Weizenstephaner. Weizenstephaner. Hefeweißbier. Bavarian style. German style. It's one of the original,
And where is it from?
countries.
Sausage
Bavaria.
country.
Bavaria.
Yeah.
Germany.
Where they make sausage.
The real deal.
The real deal.
All right,
Germany.
I'm looking forward to this.
This is a real. This is going to be a real.
That's a
Hefeweizen.
lager, isn't it?
No, sir. It's a white wheat beer. It's a Hefeweizen. That's the style.
Okay.
Let's open that.
Hefeweizen.
Hefeweizen. Wheat beer, essentially. So I'm going to pour one here.
I'm going to try to.
Sounds
spell
like the word you scream right before you gig somebody. Hefeweizen!
With a gig?
Yeah. You know, when you stab with the bayonet.
a trident or something.
No, it's a pickelhaub. When you stab when you bend your head down and stab them with your pickelhaub. Stab them with your pickelhaub. Sorry. I mean,
You leave my pickle hob out of this.
I'm going to leave that up to your imagination. So let's go ahead and try that. Well, this is the.
Well, if you.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Hefeweizen.
Yeah.
Don't be spilling on the tables. And
It's the. Yeah.
Yeah.
that was too much.
Got an interesting.
Man, I wish there was a way I could drink this without smelling it first, but as soon as I bring it to my face, man. it's
Really?
like- oh, yeah. It just
So-
lights my senses up big time.
So you got the foam effervescent kind of thing, which kind of gets in there and you can smell that. It's different than if it was flat and you could smell it. That's what's happening.
Hefeweizen, we have our fire done.
Hefeweizen for heifers. The world's oldest brewery.
Wow.
Premium. Oh, what's the alcohol content? Can you see that? It's going to be somewhere.
11%.
11. This one goes to 11.
11:15. What time
It's
is
going to be on the back label.
I'm reading the front.
Oh,
of
I'm
it.
sorry. I apologize.
It was made at 3:31 a.m. Let's see, 5.4% alcohol,
Okay.
all the way from Bavaria.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
It's where the
Hefeweizen.
style was
Bavaria.
invented.
So what
Weezer
else is
Hoffen,
Bavaria known for besides Hefeweizen?
Cream. The donut croissant
That's right,
cream.
man.
Yeah.
And that's good shit.
Huh.
They should have put some of that in this.
Well, they make really good firearms, or they used to.
Do they?
They used to. Okay, let's try it. Whoa! So
That ain't messing around.
So I got some sour. Flavor on the front end, and again, kind of a cooked, almost smoky quality.
Yeah, that's the botulism in it.
Yeah, it's like a walnutty kind of thing. It's
Yeah.
real deep and dark, and
Interesting.
there ain't no wondering if you're having some or not.
Wow.
I like it. I don't know if I'm getting used to this stuff, or
Weihenstoffener. Hefeweizenbier. All right. Good.
yeah,
Delicious. I mean, different. But I still like it.
Yeah.
I like that.
it probably tastes better if you have like a monocle on or something.
Well, or you eat some schnitzel with it. Some schnitzel.
I'm gonna call that a 6, which is good for a Mexican beer drinker. I like it. I could drink that. I will drink that.
I think your taste is improving. I think that you're being, because most people wouldn't like that. You might not like it at
I
all.
like it.
So
Deep, dark, but
so in the old days, what kind of German beer did we drink? Like back when we were kids in the '70s. Well, Budweiser is actually Czech. So it came Budweisen or Budweis is a town in Czechoslovakia, I think.
see, we're glad we have him here.
In fact, they sued, or InBev, which makes Budweiser, they tried to take the name Budweis, which is the name of a town, and they sued the town. And they said, you can't use that because that's the name of our beer. The town went, wait a minute, we've been around a little bit longer. So there's a big thing going on. I don't want to get in trouble with
We got all kind of liquor
Is
companies
that
suing
still
us right
is
now.
that still going on now?
I think they settled that. I think Budweiser paid them a ton of money, the town.
Huh.
So I could be wrong. Please don't call in. So that Hefeweizen, I've got to grade it, right? I'm going to give that for Hefeweizens. I'm not a real wheat beer guy. I'm still going to be try to be objective here. I'll give it a 7. That's for me.
Oh, we're close on that one.
Yeah.
Do you think I like it? Because of the wheat reminds me more of the American and Mexican beers that I've been drinking all my life.
Well, it's possible, but not really, because you're not really drinking, you're not tasting the wheat in those other beers.
Right.
What appeals to you, I think, is maybe that smoky quality we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The next time I go to the hospital and they make me drink barium, I'm not going to be pissed off.
Barium's not
I've had
fizzy, though. It's not
Hefeweizen. You
fizzy.
can't hurt me.
That's it.
That's pretty good. Pretty tasty. All right.
What do you think, Hank?
Like a 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, that scored pretty well across the board. I mean, a 4 for you is pretty well.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
I mean, I took
Same
2
here.
drinks off of it. So that's
Well, that's your highest score for any of the beers.
I think so.
No, we had a 4.2 on the Bellhaven.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, I got to beat that then. I'll say a
I hope so.
4.6.
Here you go. There's a Miller highlight.
4.6.
So Hank, you like what a lot of beer drinkers, American beer drinkers, call chewy beer more than I thought you would. In other words, if you like the Bellhaven, the
Yeah.
Scottish ale, that's surprising, because it doesn't compare at all to one of the more domestic styles that you've been exposed to.
Yeah, I just didn't expect these beers to taste like they do. I thought they'd taste like beer, and some of them don't.
Tried to warn you.
They taste like beer with
Extra stuff.
additives that weren't well thought out.
Boy, boy, are you wet.
Well, the
You're in
opposite
for
is
it.
actually true. What you're used to is beer that's been filtered. All the good stuff's filtered out.
Yeah.
Budweiser, Schlitz, Miller, and you're not tasting the full-bodied beer the way it was probably.
We're going to finish up with the stout.
Well, before we get there, we're going to compare the actual German Hefeweizen, which would be a standard, to an American effort by Live Oak Brewing, and it's a Bavarian style wheat ale.
I got one of their stickers, Live Oak, on my guitar. I guess Danny gave it to me or
I guess
something. Yeah, it covers up the hole in my.
Danny's a pretty worldly guy, and
Your guitar's got a
and I wish he
hole in
was
it?
here because he has a perspective on
The
all of these
Washburn
kinds
has
of
got a hole in it.
So this is Live Oak Brewing out of Austin, Texas,
Live Oak.
and it's 5.3%.
That's pretty
Hefeweizen.
mild.
We're going to compare that directly with the German standard.
They call it a Hefeweizen?
Hefeweizen, which is wheat beer. I don't know the exact
Pronunciation?
I don't know I know I'm pronouncing it correctly. Hefeweizen, but I'm not sure the exact translation of Hefeweizen. I know Weizen refers to the white, which
Okay.
is wheat beer.
Yeah.
We're going to try that. and we're going to compare that directly with. Very
Yeah,
good, guys.
Weissen must have been a word that Hitler screamed out a lot.
Well, Weissen means it just means white.
Yeah.
Okay, so as far as I know.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's clean cut.
We'd like to. Can we edit that last comment out? Okay.
The Hitler comment?
Yeah. Can we edit the last two comments out?
He was alive. I mean, don't smell it. Stop. Okay. And so this is the Austin, Texas effort.
Yes, live
At the
oak Hefeweizen.
Hefeweizen.
Yeah, we're going to compare it with the standard, which is by, again,
Try to say it.
Weihenstephaner. Weihenstephaner Hefeweissbier. Okay, and then we're going to compare that with the live oak Hefeweizen. And I don't think it matters that some have lesser alcohol or more than the other. We're just
Yeah.
going for the taste. But sometimes
Right.
the alcohol is part of that.
That's
Obviously,
weird.
The alcohol volume.
Not bad. Weird. Kind of sweety candy.
That's the wheat thing. I don't really like that kind of sour wheat.
You know those little foamy circus peanuts they call candy?
Yeah, they were nasty.
That's what it tastes like.
Is it really?
Them are nasty. All right, so wait a minute.
Wow, it does. That's trippy that you picked that out.
Whoa.
Taste
You
it?
know, I tasted something a couple weeks ago that it tastes like PVC smells. PVC glue?
Yeah.
It tastes like PVC glue smells.
Yeah.
If you can,
What was that?
Whoa,
I don't remember, but the
Was
first
it
thing I
food
thought,
or drink?
I think it was a drink, and it was right when I drank it. I thought, "Damn, that tastes like PVC glue smells." How can something taste like something smells?
Well, it's there.
Maybe it's
I
got some of that in
wonder
it.
if maybe I have a stronger smeller than the average feller.
Well, here's
And now
the
we
thing.
come to the ridiculous part of the show.
Your olfactory sensations are related. So you got smell and taste. They're
Right.
right in there.
When I was a kid, were they new factory?
Yes, yeah. That was before electricity. Right? Yeah, that's right.
Boy, didn't it suck when the dinosaurs died?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Dino was a friend of mine.
I'm going to give that a 4. I didn't enjoy
You know, I
it.
can almost live with this one now.
Really?
Yeah,
More so than this one?
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you,
Maybe it's the Austin in it.
what are you calling it? I mean, what are you grading it?
I'm gonna go with a 6.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah,
What
must be getting a buzz.
What was his grade for the Wigan?
His highest
Wigan Stefan.
so far is a 6 for the Sierra Pale Ale.
Yeah.
But what was his number for this one?
Hefeweizen,
That-
4.6,
What was mine?
7.
I'm going to grade the Live Oak Hefeweizen with a 3. I don't like
Not impressed, huh?
it. Don't appreciate it.
Hell, I gave it a 4.
See, I don't like wheat beer.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
don't like it.
there you go.
We can do this another time, but we could talk about some of the origins of beers, European style beers. That's where they started doing it, really. And there are Trappist ales. I mean Belgian style ales.
Okay.
And they tend to be a little more, kind of have a soury, sweet kind of flavor. It's just not my thing. And to me, this reminds me of that.
Yep.
Anyway,
Did you see Game of Thrones?
I did. I'm familiar.
Okay, so
He
I
loves
wonder what the ales of that era really tasted like. I
Pretty-
mean, does it like this stuff?
Gotta be nasty. No,
You
no,
think
no.
so?
Yeah. Gotta just be nasty.
Room temperature, just
Right, and they made it.
and it wasn't carbonated. I don't think.
Well, yeah, it was.
There was.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
It creates the fermentation
Yeah.
causes
Yeah.
that.
So it has to be carbonated, but they
Keeping
wouldn't
it.
care if it went flat. They wouldn't care. They'd still drink it.
Ugh.
And I mean, not made. So you make it in volume and made
Yeah.
in barrels and stuff like that. So not really clean and not filtered out. So I mean,
Yeah.
it would've been horrible. But it's all they had.
But I read a thing. I don't remember where I read it. Probably on the internet. Everything on the internet's true.
That's
Yes.
proven,
But I read on the
fact.
internet that the reason why
this is on the internet,
it was
by the
so
way.
popular was because so many people were dying from drinking bad water. They drink water out of the rivers
Right.
that animals had defecated in and all
Right,
that.
right.
And so they would get sick. But this, because of the process of making it,
And the alcohol.
killed all that stuff. And the alcohol, And so it was real popular. It was like, this is what they drank
Well, that's true.
instead of water.
Yeah.
Well, there you
So,
go.
yeah. And
It's
it
absolutely
actually helped to move along the species without us dying just from, just from
Plagues of different
Yeah.
kinds.
If it wasn't for beer,
Cryptosporidium. Nasty.
oh,
Oh,
nasty.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
And alcohol just
Yeah.
kind of neutralized. So
Yeah.
if it wasn't
Don't
for
we have
beer-
one that's called Cryptosporidium
No,
somewhere?
we don't have that here. But if it wasn't, I think
That'd be awesome.
I think what I hear you saying, if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, Hank, is that beer saved humankind.
I think so. Yeah, I think it did. At least that's what I got out of it. It was a good
Humanity
article.
owes its existence.
I wish
to
I could
beer.
cite the article, but I can't. But it was really, I thought it was an interesting article.
Well, as another Hank once said, Hank Hill once said, "Is there anything beer can't do?"
Is there anything beer can't do?
Oh, that was better. Is there anything beer can't?
So now we got stout.
So we're going to move on to stout.
I can't wait for him to taste the stout.
Stout is just really heavy, thick-tasting beer.
Oh boy.
And the standard here is Guinness Stout, Dublin, Ireland, and it's 5.6% alcohol by volume, at least this one in the can. I don't know.
That's from the UK.
Correct. It's
I
from-
wanted to give a
from-
shout out to my buddy John Broomfield in the UK. He's
What part of the
Hank,
UK?
over there in the northern part.
You mean Scotland?
The grass is definitely greener over there.
No, it's
So-
in England.
Okay, so this is from the UK, but it's from I believe it's well, no, this is from Ireland. Not technically called the UK.
Not anymore.
Northern Ireland, no, Ireland still isn't. Ireland is Ireland. Northern Ireland's part of the UK. Northern Ireland is Belfast. This
Give
is from
Ireland
Dublin.
back to the Irish, I say.
I think this. Well, then, they'll okay. And this is from Dublin, I believe, and it's 5.6% alcohol by volume. So let's try this one first, because to me it's a standard.
So all these little micro breweries that are popped up, because we even have a bunch here in Montgomery County now,
Yeah.
they're all making craft beers.
That's correct.
So when I go there, I can expect to experience the kind of thing that I've experienced here.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. So
Yeah.
I won't be doing that.
He won't be doing that. I love that.
You got to pour it real slow because it's so thick it takes a long time to come out of there.
Is that a
it's
draft
thick
a
like honey.
can? Because a lot of these, a lot of the,
Wow.
You won't finish that.
well, so the stout, so the Guinness Stout experience is best
Extra
experience.
stout.
Well, yeah, it's the only one that we could find. I wanted to get the standard regular stout, but this style is best experienced draft. So it's going to have a lot more foam in it, but it's going to be fresher. We got as close as we could. And so so this
Fair
is the
enough.
standard, I think, by which all stouts should be measured. It's Guinness Stout.
Now I'm a little colorblind, but I believe it's green.
No, it's more black. When you look at it, and
Really?
if you were to look at it in a glass, it's just dark brown. So it's almost black. I think that when you drink it quickly, from a draft, it has a chocolatey flavor.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Chocolatey, huh?
Guinness Extra Stout should be extra chocolately.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's good.
God.
There we go.
What are you drinking now, laddies?
I love that bold and bittersweet.
Yeah.
Bold. That's a good word for it.
Well, bully.
That's their final.
Wow, man.
I like that but again, we're trying it's a different style. I don't think you compare a stout, certainly not with a lager,
Of course
beer
not.
or a pale ale. So from a stout, just thinking in terms of stout, I think it's excellent, and I'm going to call it I'm going to call that a 9. Again, it's the standard.
Yeah. And I'm sure that it's they know what they're doing and they're
I
hitting.
can see the chocolate thing. I can see it.
Yeah.
Well, they're both brown.
And the
That's
stout,
about it.
see, these beers were meant as bracers. Like, it would actually warm you up.
I'd give that a solid 1 because I'd rather
But
take an
strong.
ass whooping than
Stout.
drink any more of that.
Stout. Stout meaning strong.
Yeah.
So we're going to compare that.
I'm actually okay with it
Okay.
because it almost tastes like coffee a little bit.
Yeah. Well, so
Like a coffee flavored beer,
okay,
but without the coffee.
so that so that's another style that's very coffee-ish, and it's an ale called a porter. We're not trying that.
I
today.
saw those in the store.
Porter is it's got that kind of.
What we got now?
We're going to compare the Guinness Stout Extra Stout. Guinness Extra Stout, which again was 5.6%, with an American effort called Obsidian by Deschutes Brewing. I think Deschutes is Bend, Oregon, and it's their Obsidian Stout. Obsidian because it's black, baby.
I happened to Deschutes when I've been.
From Bendover, Oregon?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is haven't had it yet. Oh man, I can't read this.
I met a chick from Bend, Oregon once on the bus when I went from.
No, you did not.
I did. Yeah.
Bend, Oregon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember
So-
you had to take a bus all the
Yeah,
way
I took a bus from Conroe to Seattle.
Yep.
Wow.
And
Took
yeah.
a year and a half.
No, it took 3 days to get there. 3 days and 3 nights of constant traveling to get there. I stayed at my parents' house for 7 hours, and then started heading back. 3 days and 3 nights. I was gone for 7 days, and I spent 7 hours with my folks. That was it. And when I got there, I just passed out.
So 7's your lucky number, or maybe your unlucky
And so the
number?
time that I was there, I was asleep.
You went all the way to Seattle and took a nap.
Yeah.
Came home.
But anyway, on the way back, yeah. So we stopped in Bend, I remember. And on the way back, I met this chick. Very nice.
Obsidians.
She outclassed me by far, for sure, especially way back then.
Was she out of your league?
Oh, yeah, yeah. She was a pilot and all that. I think she was a dentist or something.
A pilot dentist.
Yeah, but she was
Wow.
really, really nice. And I remember we sat and talked for about 2 hours. And I had a great time with her, and I miss her.
Bottom line, folks.
Remember her name?
Bottom line.
No. But I do remember what she looks like.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
What does she look like?
She was
Careful, Hank.
Yeah.
So
she was an attractive young lady
Uh-huh.
who was obviously way more educated than I. And
All that and brains, too.
oh yeah,
Damn
yeah,
it.
yeah.
She. Well, okay, so we're going to compare the domestic American Obsidian Stout.
From Bend,
And
Oregon.
obsidian is definitely the color.
Black.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
and we're
black.
comparing that with the Guinness Stout again, standard. But let's try this.
Yeah, I've got
it's
about-
6.4% alcohol.
I've got about a half inch of this in my cup, and I guarantee if I dropped a nickel in there, I wouldn't be able to see it. So, yeah.
It'd probably float.
Wow.
I bet you throw a nickel in there, it floats.
God,
Didn't you? But didn't you say coffee for
God.
the Guinness?
for the first one, yeah.
Well, this is more coffee-ish.
It is
yeah,
right.
it really is.
Like a spoonful of ground coffee. Oh, God. I'm
How
going
can
to have
people just sit and drink a whole bottle of that, man? What the heck?
And warm.
to point
In Europe, they would have this warm.
0.003 of a point.
Man, I completely disagree. Man,
Wow.
are you going first, Mark? With your grade, you said.
Point
thi-
003.
And that's true. That's really that's what you're
I'm
going
afraid so,
with?
man.
But what did you give the Guinness?
A 1. Which is a whole lot better than this one.
Man,
All the way to 1.
I'm really surprised at what I'm about to say. The Guinness, I gave what, a 9? What did I give it?
Yes, you did.
Because it's a standard, I'm thinking, and there's nowhere to go but up. To me, this far outclasses the Guinness. I'm astounded.
Really?
Yeah,
I've come to a conclusion.
I got to go to 10.
The worse it tastes, the more he likes it.
I'm going to give this a 10.
A 10.
I have to
The
because
perfect stout.
Because if I rethought this and I knew where I was going with it, I would have given the Guinness an 8,
And this
and
a
I
9.
would give this a 9. But
You're on board for 10.
can I have a little bit more of that?
You can have all of that. You need to take it all.
I'm going to have a
Take it
little bit more
home.
of
I
that.
think that one came out of a 6-pack. so
I
you
normally
got
don't
5
drink
more with your name on it.
stout. But man, this is delicious compared to the Guinness. I'm just going.
Could you drink a whole bottle of it, though?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I get a coffee profile. I get a roasted nut kind of profile. Excuse me. Yeah, that's delicious.
I get a nuclear test water profile.
Ground up doodle bugs with maybe a little bit of
Doodle bugs.
With a bouquet of
stems.
Whatever happened to doodle bugs? I never see any anymore.
So they're what?
You don't play around with the leaves and the dirt and with your little cars and stuff.
That's
anymore.
true.
It's been
So-
weeks since I've seen you do that.
I think those are actually called pill bugs, right?
Yeah.
It's a pill bug.
Yeah.
Roly-poly.
Right
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a pill bug profile? Is that what you're talking about?
Something. Yeah.
I never ate those, so I wouldn't be able to
I may or may not have eaten a few of those.
I like that Obsidian Stout, again, by Deschutes Brewery. Much more so than the Guinness, which is, again, standard. So I'm surprised.
Well, do you
So
want
I'll be having the Obsidian Stout on St. Patrick's Day next year. As opposed to the Guinness.
So what have you gained here? I've
Absolutely.
realized a couple that I liked, and I was surprised I liked.
Which one did I like the best?
The one you give the highest score to is a 6 for the Sierra Pale Ale.
I want to try that again,
Okay.
just to see if I
There it is.
if I meant it.
Here you go, sir.
Because maybe I was just being,
Yeah.
You didn't even.
Well, here's what I would do. I would drink some water and try to go neutral as you can.
Okay.
Cracker if you want one. I can drink those. Those are pretty good to me.
Drinkability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave it a 6, which is better than average.
Yeah. And that's 6%, 6 point. Whatever.
I made another cracker. Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
You know, when we started this, when we talked about doing this originally, I said, well, we have to start with pale ale because it's an ale.
5.6.
It's stronger than regular beer,
Mm-hmm.
and we would have to use something as a standard. It has to be Sierra Nevada because it's so good. It's really good. Again, we're talking about drinkability, and whatever you could sit there and drink a whole bottle of. You know.
So is it still a 6?
I don't know. I haven't tried it yet.
Oh, okay. Well,
I want to make sure I'm cleaned up good.
yes, sir. I'm looking forward.
I
to
want it
this.
to be a fresh, new experience.
Okay.
All right.
Sierra Nevada
God.
Pale Ale.
Yeah.
That was the one I gave the best score to?
This is Hank's favorite.
Well, that's what he thought before. Let's hear what he has to say now.
That's good.
Well, because you compared that with Swifty. So you had the Swifty first.
Oh, yeah, the Swifty was, no.
And then you.
That's Blind Squirrel.
Yeah. Blind Squirrel is suing us.
No, I think this first black one is probably my favorite. If
The
I had to say
stout?
there was a favorite out of all of them, it would be the first
That's-
black one.
So it's this?
The Hefeweizen.
Yeah, I think so.
No, wait a minute.
No, that would be the stout.
Well, yeah, it depends on what you're talking about. I mean, the
The
stout,
Guinness.
stout would be the darkest one.
Right, the
that we've
first
had.
black one, yeah.
And that's
Well, I don't
Guinness.
have a
the
gr-
Obsidian.
I
The
don't
first
have
Obsidian.
No. The first one we tasted was Guinness.
Yeah.
Right? And then we compared it to the Obsidian.
Right. Okay, so it's the Guinness would have to be my favorite out of all
Really?
these. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Please don't mistake this for actual entertainment.
Or actual expertise.
So-
and again, we're going on our own tastes here.
Yeah.
And what I think is really, what I think is an excellent thing to do here, or what we've done is a couple of guys, you guys who don't normally drink craft ales. I do a lot. So your perspective is what we're going on here, which I think is makes more sense.
What I like and what I don't
It's
like.
much more
you'll
fun.
Find out. I got a few
Yeah.
surprises here. I like the Sierra Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
I like that old Chub.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the Hefeweizen, the German.
Hefeweizen, yeah.
Yeah, wheat.
Yeah.
So
Which one of those? Which one of the two Hefeweizens did you like the most?
the German one.
Okay. Yeah.
That one.
Okay, gotcha.
You even have it House.
What did I say? What did I say about Sprukenliesen?
You said 7.
What
And
did-
3 for the other one.
Live
the Live
Oak?
Oak was a 3 for you.
So I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. I'm learning.
Once you drink all these tastes, it kind of, it's hard to go back and say, okay, what? Because they're so unique and different.
So we got to get you back. This was fun. Thank God.
Well,
we
we gotta-
finally got it done. It was real
Well,
enjoyable.
We got to do another edition.
We got to do the Mexican beers.
Okay.
It'll be
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
All over that.
Dos Equis.
Right.
And, Dos Equis Gold, Dos Equis Amber.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it'd be
I
for
don't
another-
always
another
not
day.
finish my sentences.
Yeah, but when I do. But when I don't.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been a lot of fun.
I knew it
enjoyed
would be.
this. I've enjoyed this a lot. You know, it's the tip of the iceberg. There's so many beer styles.
I
to
know
go
it.
over. I mean, when we went to pick these out, Mark was just completely overwhelmed.
I went a couple of days ago. I told you. Hey, I'm at Specs, and I'm getting all. I'm looking at all this, just colors and cans, and didn't say these are blondes and these are wheats and these are. It was just like, oh my God, the stars and missiles. Is that a dragon? Lord have mercy, the colors. I can't do it.
Yeah. So I knew that, you know, we just have to get into it. And
Yeah, I didn't know there were different types and variations and all that. I thought it was
It's
just whatever
insane.
somebody could put together.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, really is.
It's amazing.
Well,
Well, you-
Rolan, I'm glad you got to come out and taste test with us.
Well, thank you, Hank.
And,
It's been a lot of fun.
I was really kind of impressed with all your knowledge of this and even the nomenclature.
I'm
That
a
was a good
novice.
deal,
I'm a
too.
novice. You know, I certainly don't claim to have much expertise. It's just that I know what I like, and I've had a lot of different kinds of ales. So, you know, but yeah, well, thanks.
Awesome.
Thank you so much again for coming out.
There you
Thank
go.
you, Mark. Thank you, Hank. It's been a lot of fun.
All right, guys. Well, there you have it. We tasted them, and I really didn't like too many, but we gave it a shot anyway.
We learned something.
And
didn't we?
yeah, we learned some stuff today. I learned something every time I do one of these shows, so that's the important part. On the 13th of this month, I have Dr. Nicholas Sunzef coming on, and this guy is a one of the head physicists down at Texas A&M University. He's a cosmologist, and we're going to talk about the expansion of the universe. We're going to talk about UFOs. We're going to talk about dark matter. We're going to talk about time and space. And we're going to even dive down deep into quantum physics.
Will
So-
beer be involved?
Beer won't be involved.
Beer
I don't
won't.
think Dr. Sunzef would like to drink too much. But I'm looking forward to doing that show. It's going to be a great show. And that's going to
13th.
be on the 13th of this
number.
month.
Good number.
And we
13.
look forward to doing it. And welcome, Dr. Sunzef. Looking forward to having you on. All right, guys. Appreciate you. And for Mark Hogan, I'm Hank Batt. This is Hank's Think Tank, and we're out.
Thanks, guys.